Thank you, Nina. And all the seniors want to extend an appreciation and thank you to all of the families, all of the watershed staff, everybody who has helped us get to this point in our lives and be able to graduate. Um, we, in specifically, we want to appreciate those teachers that have given us advice throughout the years, such as when Chris Carruthers in my freshman year pulled me aside of a community meeting that I was having a little bit of trouble engaging in and said, if you can't get out of it, get into it. At that point, I didn't understand how far that would take me. Because in situations where, like this last backpacking trip that I was not excited for, I don't like backpacking, but I knew that the situation was going to happen. So I might as well get into it. I might as well take a leadership role. I might as well help the freshmen that are coming in and show them how to lead and show them how to continue on and want to go backpacking. Another thing that a teacher's told me is that Amir was so infatuated with failure and telling me, like, don't be worried to fail, don't be worried to fail, don't be worried to fail. And I hated that. I didn't want to fail. And so in my sophomore year when he told me that, I was still struggling with having to think back to my freshman year, which I pretty much did fail the whole year and got no good grades. And I had to actually be able to accept that and be like, yeah, that was my bad. That was my doing, and that wasn't anybody else's fault. That was my problem. And I had to continue forward on from that. And that helped me accepting my failure and being okay that I did fail, being able to go, like, say that I did fail. And that will actually bring you forward in life. Now, from all of that, from all of those pieces of advice, the seniors have been able to band together and think about what they wanted to do for this next year. We wanted to come together and be the best senior class that we could be. Show all the classes under us that are going to be seniors like you juniors, and all of them under them, and set the bar high for how a senior class could be. Show them that you can make senior hoodies, you can do a prank, you can plan community days, you can be involved with the community, you can be the best leader that you can possibly be in your senior year and actually get involved with the community instead of checking out. And that's what our senior class actually did this year. Now, we don't want us to be the best senior class. We want you guys to come up and beat us. We want you guys to be better than us because we know we made mistakes and we know that you guys will do better. And when you guys do better, that's only going to bring Watershed forward. Now, to do that and to be a good leader, you have to be able to want to fail, not be scared to fail, but not only that, but actually understand yourself and understand that you're coming from a life of privilege. You have a lot of it. You have, just going to Watershed gives you privilege. I've been able to acknowledge, like, knowing that I'm a white male in this society, I was born with a privilege that other people didn't have. And instead of just being like, I have that privilege and being ashamed of it, or not wanting to tell people, like, not wanting people to know that, or wanting to know that about myself, actually knowing it about yourself and accepting it about yourself and continuing on forward and making yourself better and making other people better with you, because you can bring those advantages that you have and bring other people up with you. And it's not just about bringing yourself up, but it's about bringing a community up as well. Such as this little kid in Nicaragua, he was a 7-year-old kid that we gave him bus money to go home after hanging out with us all day. He actually decided to put the bus money in his pocket and walk 5 miles to his home for a few hours and give the money back to his family so that his family could eat and have water and all those necessities, instead of taking the bus and then walking back the same day and continuing on to do that until we actually figured it out. And knowing that, you know that you have that advantage. You know that you could help that kid. You know that you could actually do something well for a kid like that. And knowing that and actually helping that kid out makes you a better person, makes you a more complete person. And to that, you have to know how, and to be a good leader and to be able to do that, you have to know to be empathetic. And knowing, such as Kendrick Lamar once said, how could I paint this picture if the colorblind is hanging with you? Meaning, how could I tell you my story? How could you be in my shoes if you can't actually take your precedences, what you're thinking, and actually step into my shoes and ignore your biases, ignore what's going on in your head, and actually just think through mine. And that will actually make you understand more people, be able to connect with more people, and be a better world traveler and understand where people are coming from. And that, I think, is the most important thing for you underclassmen and you people juniors trying to be seniors next year, is be good leaders, be empathetic, have gratitude, but also don't be scared to fail, because you're gonna do it and you're just gonna have to take advantage of it. Thank you.